See, the question is like when you create a purchasing document, for example, we will mainly take it as a purchase order. For example, when you create a purchase order, you want to know the material code and the vendor code. The business requirement wise, you know that material is, for example, maybe laptop, maybe cement, any, you know the material, and you want to search for the code, and also you know the vendor from whom you want to buy the material, you want to search for
Okay.
that. Okay, at that point of time, from the screen itself we can go, otherwise as per the reporting also we can get the details. Let me show you. First I will show you from screen.
Okay.
From screen, by using that option F4 we can search by using the text or any name, or if you remember certain point of vendor code, then we can do that.
Okay.
See, from the screen itself, for example, you want to know the vendor. This is the vendors for purchasing. Your purchasing organization is 1000, and if you remember any vendor code at off, code anything if you remember, otherwise if you remember the city, if you know the city, and if you know the postal code, with any search term we can search for that. For example, okay, with the city if you search you will get the vendor for your purchasing organization and who is the vendor, like that we can search. And for material also in the same way, click on F4, and you have to select the option plant material by description, which is very feasible for us. Give our plant 1000, and description, if you remember anything you can give cement, star cement, like how we search in Google, in the same way we will give. See, there is no material with cement, and maybe we can give star test star. You will get any material which is with test description, test gasket or anything we can give. This is the way how we search for the material from the screen of PO. And you come to know, like in the separate screen you want to see the materials and all. We use MM60 is the transaction code to get the list of materials report. You have to pass your plant, and if you know the material type, you can pass material type and execute. Then you will get the list of materials for that material type in your plant. And if you want to know the list of vendors to create a purchase order, the transaction code is MKVZ. This will give you the list of purchase orders for a purchasing organization, list of vendors for a purchasing organization to create a purchase order. Give the purchasing organization 1000, and if you know the account group means in our real time we create domestic vendors, import vendors, service vendors, like that. You can pass that, otherwise you can give the only the purchasing organization and execute. You will get the list of vendors which are created for your purchasing organization. This is the way to get the list of vendors or list of materials in a separate report wise, or else we can get the same from the PO screen itself by using the F4, and we have multiple options to search material or vendor. See, the next question is what is the difference between 161 and 122 movement types, which both are using for return delivery. Okay. See,
Okay.
161 is a automatic return delivery movement type, which will come when you
Okay.
create a purchase order with return indicator, and at the time of goods receipt 161 will come automatically. Okay,
Okay.
but the 122 will be a return delivery when you do against a material document in MIGO by using the option return delivery. Okay, I will show you the both of them. 122 we use generally You have received the stock, but you have not yet done the payment, and you might be done only invoice receipt, but you want to reject that material. At that point of time, we use the specialty of return delivery. See the option A02 return delivery, and we need to give the material document which stock you want to send. Here the stock which is available, which is received just now, maybe a week back, maybe a month back, that stock you want to send back. Okay, the movement type is, see, 122 or 124 we use. 122 return delivery to vendor and return delivery from GR blocked stock. Okay, now you have asked the question about return delivery to vendor from unrestricted use stock. When do you use this case? Let me tell you that. Okay, see, the vendor, we have received the GR was done. Okay, then you want to return the goods. Okay, stock is in unrestricted use stock. Generally this happens, you have received the goods and then you have identified that material is not good, you want to return it. At that time payment was not done, and only invoice receipt might be done, and invoice receipt was also not done. If invoice receipt was done, we tell accounts people to cancel that invoice receipt and we return the goods with 122 movement type. 122 is return delivery to vendor. The transaction code we use MIGO. This will be done against or with reference to the material document, 101 material document, goods receipt document. We have received the goods receipt, right? Against that we create the return delivery and we send the goods. See, I have given that 101 document, and against that I will receive how much quantity I want to send back. I give that moment reason for moment or quality, whatever it is, and the moment type is 122, and I will send back. This is 122. What about 161? 161 will be, it will come when you create a return purchase order and sending the materials to vendor. At that point of time, you have received a goods today, 5 months back or 4 months back, quality parameters, everything is fine. You have received your warehouse, it is in your warehouse. You have consumed some 10 quantity or 20 quantity. Later you identified that one material is not good. You spoke with vendor, the one material quality is not good, which is not up to the market. Okay, what we do, vendor has told you like send that material back to me. Okay, why? Because after a certain point of time, and we have decided that to send the material back to vendor, then we have done the payment. 5 months back material was received, invoice receipt was done, payment was done, entire process, procure to pay process was done. but after 2-3 months you identified one material is not good, you spoke with vendor, I want to send material back. Vendor has agreed at that, send material to me. At that point of time, you cannot do this return delivery against material document because payment, everything you have to reverse it. That's why SAP has given a provision to create a return purchase order. Okay, this is the return purchase order. Before that, we see this material document display. Okay, if you see the display, document info, FA documents, it would be a non-validated material. You know, the reverse entries will come, like stock will get credit and the GRAR gets debit, and then the process will be the same. We have to do the invoice receipt and all. Now I'm going to create return PO. I want to send to which vendor. The PO creation wise, the process will be same, where 161 will come. How much quantity you want to send back? 5 pieces. Okay. And see, when once you drag to right hand side, you will see a symbol called one field, returns item. Okay, you have to flag that item, return item, and just click on check button. You can identify all the conditions will be changing to negative. See, everything was changed to negative. We'll go to organization data. Just now I created a PO. I want to send 5 pieces to vendor which was received long back, or you want to send back to vendor. At that point of time, you have to go with return PO, which is completely a reversal process to standard procurement. PO creation, then you will do goods receipt as per normal process, but system will take 161 movement type automatically in place of 101, which will come generally. Our PO is 17576, and just see that any confirmation tab, everything. Okay, nothing is there. 17576. I'm going to Migo. Normal process, select goods receipt and PO 17576 and click on enter. Okay. As soon as you enter, you can observe the movement type 161 has come automatically. You will do the item okay, and how much quantity you want to send, to whom you want to send. All details will come from the PO and the person who is doing that, recipient Ganesh, who has done that, and reason for movement type, why you want to send that material. If you have any reason, you can mention that, then post it. You have to explain in a way 161 movement type will come when you do the goods receipt or when you do the process with respect to return PO. But 122 will be used for general return of goods to vendor with by using the option return delivery against material document. If interviewer is asking like, why do you go for return PO and why do you use 122, what are the cases? At that point of time, you have to give an option, you have to give an explanation like, we use return delivery to vendor in maximum cases. For example, I received a goods a week back or month back, and I have done invoice receipt, payment was not yet done, and I have received the goods. Immediately I have identified that 2-3 materials are slightly damaged, and I took some 2-3 days time to talk with the vendor, and I decided to send back the material. At that point of time, I used an option return delivery in Migo. I will do the return delivery against the material document which was received with 101. SAP has given two movement types. One is 122, return delivery against unregistered use stock. 124 for the GR blocked stock. But why do you use return PO? The process, everything is completed. Payment was also done. We have done the payment to vendor. But later you identified that a material supposed to be sent. But overall return delivery cases, 90% of returns will happen with Migo return delivery against material document, the movement type 122 or 124. But very 10% of cases we go with return PO, because after completion of payment and after few days of that you identified one material is not good and you want to send back, that cases are very less in the real time. That's what you can convey the message. Okay. See the accounting document, if you see, it will be completely an opposite entries we get. BSX gets credit, you can see the minus, and GRIR gets debit plus. At the time of invoice receipt, the same thing, it looks like a credit memo. System will take GRIR gets credit and vendor accounts get debit. When you do the payment, bank account gets debit and vendor accounts get credit, because you are going to get money, because we are giving the stock and we are taking the money back. This is the difference between 122 and 161.
This conference will now be recorded.
Thanks for watching my video, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, you can click on the subscribe button. You will see at the bottom of the video, and click on subscribe button, and if you click on this bell icon, you can give all. So whenever I upload a new video, you will get the notification immediately, so that you don't have to miss any of my new videos. And see, once you watch the video, if you really like the video and the content is helpful for your learning, don't forget to click on the like button. That will encourage to the YouTuber, not only myself, any videos. You may watch some ABAP videos, you may watch some S4HANA videos, any kind of videos in the YouTube. You just hit a like. It takes 1 second of your time, but it helps a lot to the person. And you can use this share button. You can use the share button to share in Telegram or Facebook or any kind of social networks. And if you see this description, in the description you can check my different playlists. Okay, I mentioned all the purchasing, inventory management, discussion, WM videos. So you can use this playlist to check my videos, and you can update your skills. Thanks for your time. All the best for your future endeavors.